It's about two sisters, Beth and Louise, and their mum's got Alzheimer's. And really, it's about one family's struggle with a really taxing, debilitating illness and how they cope with it, but also about Irene's memories, about how her memories are very real to her, and some of the stuff that is very real to her actually is real, but her daughters don't realise it, and the play follows that as well. There's a subplot there. Irene's got a passion for romantic literature, and in the play, Barbara Carton is a very real person to her, although her daughters and nobody else can see Barbara except Irene. And it's a great dramatic device as well, because Irene confides in Barbara, so tells Barbara all these secrets that she doesn't tell her own daughters, or anybody else actually. And that's how the audience comes to find out these things that happen to Irene through Barbara Carton. I think it's very real in that you can see her. I mean, I think all of those, I mean, Alzheimer's is a sort of Alzheimer's that this particular lady's had is like that she does see these people. She does think her Teddy's a baby, and she sees people that her family can't see, or hears things that her family can't see. People who've not got a relation or anybody they know in that situation, I hope it's a bit of an eye-opener in what a family's going through. I think what I hope is as well is that people come to see it who have been through that sort of situation. It's a realisation that they're not on their own, because I think it's quite an isolating thing. Families quite often feel they're going through this struggle on their own, and although it's a bit of a hot topic at the moment, but it wasn't actually when I wrote it, but I think in the last sort of 6 months or a year, dementia awareness and all that sort of thing has become much more prevalent in people's minds, because there's a lot more publicity recently, and that's a great thing. So I hope, I just wanted to dramatise and put on a stage what is not a very sexy subject actually, but I think is a massively real subject for lots of families. So. I spent about 6 months going backwards and forwards to the friend of mine and her sister's house, and I would just go and literally have some questions, and I'd just sit and ask. I probably only had a few questions, I didn't have to say very much, and then they would just like tell me all this stuff, and they were very open and very generous with all the things they told me, and things like they let me look at their mum's memory book, and actually in the little scene where Irene's writing the memory book, the little bit that she reads is actually from this lady's memory book. Irene, the main character, I feel very vulnerable. She's a very vulnerable character, and is someone who's had quite an unfulfilled life in lots of ways, and something's happened to her in her youth that sort of coloured the rest of her life really, but her family don't know because she's kept this secret from them. So and it's only at the end of her life that she's sort of reliving the secret through having this Teddy that she thinks is James, her baby James. How do I feel? Terrified. It's quite petrifying actually, but I'm confident that it's a good play. I think it's a good play. But I've directed it as well, which just adds to the stress and strain even more. You desperately want people to say all the lines that are on the page because you've written them all. You don't want them to paraphrase. That's not what you wrote, you know, and things like that. So as a writer and a director, I think it's quite a bloody stress actually. But I'm sure they're going to come up with the goods, and the characterisations I think are really good. They've all grabbed hold of them. I'll be very, very nervous until the first night's out of the way. And once the first night's out of the way, I'll be happy then. Yeah. But I think it's going to be good. I'm quite confident that it's a good, gripping piece of drama. Yeah. So.